Here out of San Francisco, California, we're back and we're about to jump into our fourth and final quarterfinal here of the day. That's our players warming up in the bullpen right now as we're about to have SizzleUrCob versus Recovery. Now, of course, we've already eliminated 3 teams today. We're going to be eliminating 3 more to see who ends up making it into the grand finals in Santa Ana. As you can see right there, Set to Destroy X, Chickens, and Amphibian have all advanced into the semifinals. We're waiting to see who is going to face off against Set to Destroy. Is it going to be SizzleUrCob? Is it going to be Recovery? I don't know. But these 2 gentlemen who are sitting next to me, of course, Mr. Wavepunk and Quinn Lobdell, have pumped up one of these teams to me. So let me have it. What's SizzleUrCob got?
I mean, they've got Sizzle and they've got your Cob. So it's Sizz and Jacob on the team here. These guys, 2 of the strongest players in North America right now. Jacob in particular, in the 3v3 scene, we say hashtag Jacob things whenever he scores goals because it's the most ridiculous goals. He scores absolutely crazy stuff on the regular basis.
Yeah, it's like things that you just didn't know were possible, and it's so unpredictable, especially he himself can be like, I think his own teammates sometimes have no idea what he's doing, but he does it well, so you know what? They got faith.
All right, fair enough. Let's take a look at this team as well, as SizzleUrCob is made up of Sizz and Jacob. As we mentioned before, Sizz hailing from San Diego, California, and it looks like Loganville, Georgia, actually, where Jacob's coming. So I guess they had to have a handshake agreement between the 2 to go to the regional. That was closest to one of them. I don't know how they did it. Maybe some sort of rock, paper, scissors or something. But I think Alex is standing by right now with the team.
All right, I'm here with SizzleUrCob, a.k.a. Jacob and Sizz. Gentlemen, how did this come to be, this union for the NBC tournament? Who wants to go first? Who wants to answer this first? Okay, they both, Jacob, you first. I'm making the decision.
Well, I don't know, we just kind of came together. We don't really play together that much, but we're kind of making it work as we go, just making it up.
Yeah, I mean, both our teammates just like ditched us or like, hey, Cobb, you want to do it with me? He's like, yeah, and then we would just like got first seed in the Northwest qualifier. We took out Big Burner and Big Moss, and then whoever else there was. I don't know.
Corrupted G, right?
Yeah, Corrupted G and Sad. It's pretty easy.
All right, awesome. Now, these guys, they're veterans of the Rocket League scene. How does it feel coming into this NBC tournament and actually playing pretty well? How's it been being in this tournament?
Oh, like we always have high expectations of ourselves, and we'll just, I don't know, it's been good so far, so hopefully we can carry that through.
Yeah, like me and Cobb, when we actually like turn our brains on and like actually try to win, we can do really well. But like we play ranked together and we lose every single ranked game together. But like and when it comes to like a tournament, we have like changed our mindset completely because like we're both kind of experienced on like LAN environments and a tournament play. So I don't know, we're both comfortable and when we actually get like focused.
Yeah, I mean, this is very much a LAN environment leading into Santa Ana, the grand finals. So, gentlemen, there's only 2 spots. Are you going to get one of them? And how would it feel to be one of the teams going to the grand finals?
At this rate, I feel like we could get both of them, honestly.
Yeah, probably. I'll take both spots. We'll donate one to someone else, whoever we want to come. I'll take both.
All right, they're getting both spots, apparently. Guys, thanks for talking to me. Best of luck today, and best of luck on getting one of those spots in Santa Ana.
Thank you, Axel.
Kevin, back to you.
Are you kidding me? We're going to take both of the spots? We're going to take both of the spots? SizzleUrCob got a little bit of confidence coming into this set. Of course, they're going to be going up against Recovery. Can be 18 years old from Lee Summit, Missouri, not too far away from my hometown. And actually, both these players from Lee Summit, as Urban hails from there as well. Both 18 years old, made the trip out here to San Francisco to see if they can upset who is honestly probably one of the tournament favorites at this point. So, looks like we're ready to jump into the game here in just a moment. So, Quinn and Wave, quick predictions as we go into it.
I mean, I think SizzleUrCob definitely has the advantage here, but you heard them in their interview. Not only these 2 are the best players in Rocket League, they're also 2 of the memeiest players in Rocket League. They like to just joke around and have a good time. So we'll see what they do here. The one that's really interesting to me is Recovery has a player named Cam B, which is his actual name is Cameron Brown. The greatest, most renowned Rocket League player in the world, Kronovi, is named Cameron Bills and also goes by Cam B on occasion. So I don't know. Maybe it's an homage to Kronovi. I think it's probably just an homage to himself. Let's be completely honest. But I think this one, SizzleUrCob definitely in the favor. What are you thinking, Quinn?
Yeah, SizzleUrCob. I mean, I'm sure we're going to see it in nothing more than a couple minutes. These guys are such great players. They both know how to dribble incredibly well, play great defense, and whoa, what a rocket of a shot here from Sizz.
Absolutely, just slamming that one into the upper 90. Or not upper 90, but upper at least. Just hitting just above the crossbar.
It's upper 90? What are you talking about? That was right into the crossbar. You were right.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Is it upper 90 in the corner?
No, that's
That was the upper 90 because of the 90 degrees.
oh really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah,
the soccer fans in chat are ripping me apart right now.
both of us, dude.
know.
It's have mercy.
Hey, it's soccer. It's soccer, you know, it's a little bit different here. 1-0 already here for SizzleUrCob. We'll try to put this one up in a bit of a double commitment there from recovery. Hopefully they're able to recover. Hey, Sizz up to Jacob. That was a great sigh. Gonna try and follow that one across. Camby gets that one away from Sizz. And Jacob in the back will look for his teammate over on the side. Quite the airborne action here in game number 1.
Something we've seen already is recovery here, just really hitting the ball a little too hard in any direction, unable to maintain control. We've seen Sizz and Jacob do a good job already at just dictating the pace of the play, and you can see they do that by making sure they have an initial soft touch to control the play, to be able to have options in which direction they push the ball. Obviously, that's not always the case, but we've seen very little, if any, from recovery as they struggle to deal with their Cob being sizzled.
Yeah, absolutely. Camby to play that one away. Now Urban moving up as well. Urban at NBC, in case you were unaware of what you are watching. Universal Open here, presented by NBC and Face It. Recovery. First, that felt like the first time they'd really had solid ball control in the blue here. Jacob putting it in front and almost finishes it off by himself. And Jacob now trying to set up Sizz. And if we can take anything away right now from recovery, they have really slowed down SizzleUrCob. They have not been running up the score. Only 1-0 right now here in a best of 3. And if they lose this game number 1, they'll have one more game to try and bounce back, but Sizz is going to do it to them again here. 2-0 for
all the other
SizzleUrCob.
regionals. It was me giving that commentator's curse. Finally, it's time for you. I mean, we just see recovery kind of overlapping each other a little too often, not giving each other enough space, not covering different parts of the pitch. They're always covering the same side, and so you see Jacob and Sizz. Honestly, I don't think they're playing to the level that they can play at. I think that they're kind of taking things slow and letting recovery make the mistakes. It looks like recovery a little bit nervous, if you will, just the communication not quite there yet. I'm not sure. Maybe these guys, I'm not sure how much time they've spent together or practiced, but definitely need to work on their positioning.
Ooh, there you go. Look at that pass play right in front of the net. Sizz with another rocket into the goal here. Look at how much distance there is this ball has to travel between Jacob and Sizz. Just right there, draws out Urban, straight downtown. 119 kilometers per hour.
And Urban, they're recognizing that Sizz is going to be getting that pass, tries to come out to contest it. Unfortunately, you're a little too far at that point. You just have to commit to being able to make the save. And difficult as it might is, he just went for a too low a percentage play.
Well, one thing you talked about a lot yesterday in Chicago was the whole playing up to your opponent. So Sizz put this one through. Jacob might steal it from him. What a beautiful steal there. Jacob rocking his iconic foam hat. It's about the only pro that consistently uses a topper.
I actually just see Jacob turn over to Sizz and just start giggling as he steals that goal. Oh, what a goal, Jacob.
Up by 4 here, just past halftime. Right now, it's just entirely the SizzleUrCob show. That is such a tongue twister of a name. I'm sure they did that on purpose. Jacob and Sizz gonna be able to block them away. But you talked yesterday about playing up to your competition, and right now, Jacob and Sizz, yes, maybe not having the synergy we would hope to see from 2 players of their caliber, but at the same time, you know, whiffs like the ones we just saw from Urban kind of can break up the rotations in a way that makes them just have to kind of go for the more solo mechanical plays. And right now, they've got such a strong lead, you know, that they're not really too worried.
Well, yeah, I think I'm not trying to say that they are playing bad, if you will. I just think that they're not playing as hard as they think. They don't think they need to play so hard and so aggressive. They're just kind of letting recovery make mistakes, and we see defensive and positional mistakes. Here again, we see them overlapping each other. This seems to be a common theme for that team, and something that's going to have to change if they're going to want to be able to take SizzleUrCob out in game number 2.
Absolutely. 1:30 left to go here in game number 1.
Or make the recovery in game number 1. Excuse me, ample time left, 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's a lot in 2v2. We've seen already quite a few comebacks and even an incredible three-goal comeback earlier in the day already.
It certainly was a great comeback, but it was also, they started their comeback around halftime. Right now, there's almost just 1 minute left here. It's very difficult to come back from, and right now the ball's spending so much time on their backboard. It's even struggling to get anything near a semblance of a shot up in the front. So we'll see. Here's one. Jacob will play it off to the side. Best offensive opportunity we've seen yet from recovery, and Jacob shuts it down.
And it shows that they do have an understanding of what needs to be happening on offense. I think what's breaking down is the defense here. They're just not making sure to cover both options. And Sizz and Jacob, both great dribblers. They're going to be able to create the space that they need and capitalize on the fact that both these players are occupying the same space.
35 seconds remaining, and SizzleUrCob has properly cooked their first corn. Yeah, I didn't want to say cob twice, but I think that's the only correct word. You see that, and I think recovery, what you saw there, 2 players in the corner. Again, that has been honestly the big problem for them. I'm surprised that they have been able to hold off as much of the shots from SizzleUrCob as they have, given how many double commitments we've seen from these guys.
Yeah, we've also actually seen quite a few whiffs here from Sizz. This is his second potential goal.
Woohoo! Play that one away. I heard Jacob laughing over there. He was like, woohoo, that was crazy. And they'll pitch that one high. They'll let it touch. SizzleUrCob, clean win. Not letting a single goal in there in game number 1. Game number 2 is going to be all up to recovery to figure out what to change.
I've determined I'm making Sizzle My Cob a new Southern catchphrase. That's just going to happen here at some point. Anyway, this is a pretty clean win, though. Obviously, a 4-0 victory. At no point did it really feel like recovery was able to make any sort of a coordinated attack. They had a couple of small opportunities, a couple shots on goal. Sure, anyone gets those in open ball situations and stuff like that, but they look a little out of their depth.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here is as we look, we just see so many times recovery occupying the same space. And I don't mean to just repeat myself like a broken record, but that's their #1 thing working against them. And if they can't find a way to fix that communication problem, they're just going to struggle to deal with their Cob being sizzled.
Yeah, and you know, one thing I noticed too is we actually look at the stats as well. Weren't a ton of shots on goal. There was 6 shots for SizzleUrCob. Just so happened that Sizz, landed 3 out of 4, so pretty good. So they're not taking too many opportunities. They're controlling the pace of the game, but when they get them, they're accurate. Is that going to change at all? Does recovery have an in against that?
I don't know. I think recovery being able to maybe stop going for clears, go for more of a dribble or like the small pass plays in the midfield. I think would be a better way to move the ball upfield, force the NRG players. Jacob's on NRG in the 3v3. Force the SizzleUrCob players to move up and to try and challenge in the midfield. Draw out one defender. Don't let them both be in the back. That might give you a better situation. But right now, basically every time it felt like they're just conceding ball control right over. SizzleUrCob's got this one.
Well, one of the really good things coming from SizzleUrCob, and I think recovery actually did it well. That one opportunity was the great long shots that we saw. We saw them really taking their time, trying to set up great, difficult to save shots, and that's important. If you just throw the ball at the net and they save it easily without having to utilize any of their boost, then you're not actually really applying any pressure, because boost control is basically the name of the game in Rocket League, especially in 2v2. You take your opponent's boost, you force them to use all their boost to make some saves. Suddenly, they're stuck on the goal line, unable to do anything when the next time you shoot. So the long shots were great, and I saw that on both teams. So recovery doing not so bad on the offensive front. We saw them learn to slow it down. However, the defensive front, we see them not really ever rotating one person back into net and approaching the ball directly from their own goal. Instead, they're approaching it sideways, and when you approach the ball sideways, it's kind of difficult to be able to get long clears.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how well recovery plays if they can just sort out their double commitments issues. If they just cleanly rotate on the defense, how much better would they be able to move the ball out? That honestly is the first thing they need to fix here in game 2.
Something that I've noticed from when we have pro teams that are going up against some of the more amateur teams as well is that we tend to notice a ton of shots on goal, right? They have open opportunities. They're more mechanically skilled than their opponents. That wasn't really the case here. And in a weird sort of way, since they were so dependent on positioning, controlling the ball, it almost seemed like they were taking it more seriously than some of the other pro teams that we've seen at this point. Like their ball control was just better. They weren't taking as many unnecessary risks. They treated this like it was a pro match, it felt like.
It felt like they weren't taking as many like aerial risks. Like they weren't just like lofted and 360 and up in the air, but they were taking the quick 1-2 passes and making like booming shots from the ground. Like their aerial game was not what they were playing. They were sticking to the ground, and that was just as deadly as an aerial game.
Yeah, huge key to 2v2, not to go for too many aerial plays. You're going to waste your boost. We talked about how important that was.
Control.
Yeah.
You're loose up in the air as opposed to being glued to the ground.
Yeah, and it's really hard to go for fakes and being able to change your options when you're in midair, right? So I think that, I don't want to discredit recovery at all. I don't want people to think I'm just roasting them or going ham at them.
Sure, you're not just sizzling them.
Oh, good Lord. All right, enough of that.
We're not burning them. We're just
Guys, no more from you, Wave. I don't want to hear it. We have got to preview the grand finals. We got some stuff that actually we want to look at here because in 2 weeks we are going to have the grand finals of the Universal Open Rocket League tournament with $100,000 on the line at the Esports Arena in Santa Ana, California. Of course, just like these broadcasts, we're going to be streaming live on Twitch and the NBC Sports app. The entire broadcast, but the last couple hours are going to be on NBC Sports, and I can't wait for that. It's going to be a great opportunity. Of course, we do have tickets available for that match, but I believe the match here is starting, so take it away, guys.
Let's get back into game number 2. Does SizzleUrCob send them away here and have 4 sweeps in their quarterfinals, or can Recovery make... I'm not even gonna... You know where that pun was going. Can we go to game 3? We'll say it that way. For your sake, Quinn. Over the top, here's an open net. Urban's gonna send this one down the field. Can he put it in? Nope, Jacob gets back in time, but that complete lack of positioning.
Oh, just what an opportunity Recovery there had to take an early lead in the game.
Oh, man. Okay, we were talking about how they weren't going for the aerial plays as much, and then Sizz gets this nice double tap for the first goal of game 2.
Well, this actually was very low risk for him. A great touch, and recognizing just how high up his car was and relative to the ball's trajectory, he just boosts straight down, and a great read there on that double touch.
4:33 left to go. SizzleUrCob back on top. 5 goals straight they've scored so far in this series. Let's see if they can continue on with that number. Or can Recovery bounce back? There will be a 6th one put in here. 2-0 now for SizzleUrCob.
Now, one thing that we see here from Recovery already is great job splitting it up, but Urban there a little too over-eager. He turns his car instead of just hitting the brakes, being a little bit more patient, and then once he makes that turn, he has to turn all the way back around, and that's what leads him to be unable to make the save. Just a little over-eager there.
Yeah, we talk about no man's land, the space that is where you are not very viable on the defense and you're not viable on the offense. And it's interesting, when the ball is on the wall, no man's land kind of changes in perspective, and it's the space that's nearest the wall there. Urban definitely caught in the space where he was unable to interact with the ball in any way, shape, or form. And that second goal will go in. The first minute will come and go with just 2 goals being scored here by SizzleUrCob, as they have been scoring machines here in our best-of-3 quarterfinals. Sizz over the top. Is this one going all the way in? He tries to get up there, but Urban can't find it, and Sizz scores.
Yeah, can't be here spamming. What a save, knowing that he went up for this aerial, that there was a very low percentage, and actually great creativity here from Sizz to be able to put that ball directly up off of the ceiling and bounce right back down. It's the fastest way to get that ball back down into that, and also the best way to be able to dodge a defender.
Urban with the best kickoff we've seen from them yet, but Camby misses in the midfield. Jacobs just got a free shot towards the net. Can he play this one? Oh, he tries to get them. I think he tried to get Urban to basically score on himself there, but playing into the middle and hoping he would be able to dunk him afterwards instead of just taking the clean shot towards the net. But here comes Urban. Camby in the area. Oh, it goes over to the side. Had an opportunity. That was the best opportunity he's had to score all series long.
Yeah, it was actually a good attempt there. It was the right move to make. Unfortunately, execution just not panning off for him, but definitely a smart move to make there, considering the positioning of the defenders. Difficult for them to really ever get in the way of that play.
And Sizz kind of had a good opportunity there to score, but conceded it over to Recovery. Camby drops that one down, and now Sizz and Jacob, they have a 1v2 situation as they drew Camby into the air, and he was very loose. Urban over the top. Can Sizz fall on this one? Nope. Camby will play it to the side before SizzleUrCob can put in their 4th goal. 7 in a row they've scored so far. And for me, I just want to see Recovery break this streak. If they can get anything in the goal, not allow that streak to continue here, but it will be 8 in a row. 4-0 game 1, 4-0 now game 2, just at halftime.
Yeah, Urban here a little too close on the side. It's going to be unfortunate for him, but I think he'll be able to make something happen this next game.
You saw Sizz and Jacob there celebrating quite a bit. They're just having a good time. Nothing gets those guys down. With 2:44 left to go. Can Recovery come back into this game? Be Urban over on the side, booms it down the field. He and Camby moving up here, but Camby's wide of the goal. Urban will set it high. And Jacob now to clear it away. Camby gets it over the top of 2, but Jacob repositions himself quickly.
Whoa.
Camby still has ball control. Can he move this one into the corner? Jacob and Sizz both fell back very quickly. Clean rotations so far from SizzleUrCob. I really think, honestly, how cleanly they rotate back off of offense and recognize when they need to move back is a huge part of why they've been able to completely shut out Recovery so far in this series.
Yeah, we've actually seen a couple opportunities that Recovery had. They just weren't able to make anything happen. I think, honestly, a little bit of lack of confidence in themselves there.
Sizz was flying through. It was a threat. Jacob came in to try and finish it off. Really would like to. I'm rooting so hard right now for Recovery to be able to break this long streak. SizzleUrCob has had complete control of these games. 138 left to go. And if Recovery loses this one, they are out of the tournament here. Sizz and Jacob moving it up the field. Jacob over the top of 2. Can he continue on? Sizz very close in support, just playing aggressive. He knows he's got this game completely in control. He can afford some mistakes right now. It can be now. Up and away, Sizz. Moving it up as Camby is out of position. He's rotated back now on the wall and actually gets a touch in the corner. It goes in front of the net. Can they score this one through?
Oh.
No, both players in the net. Sizz has the clean dribble down, and he's just going to play it over to the side, not even trying to run up the score at this point, knowing he's got the win, going for crazy stuff off of the corner of the opponent's corner there, off the ceiling. And they'll play it past him and around. 53 seconds remaining for Recovery to get on the board. Jacob will put in a 9th goal in a row here. SizzleUrCob making the case for being the #1 team here in the Midwest.
Yeah, just does such a good job controlling the game and baiting in Recovery here so many times. I mean, just time and time again. It's so difficult for them because when you get baited in so far from your own goal, the recovery time is so long. It's such a risk, but Recovery has to go for these plays. We talk about there being only 45 seconds left and 5 goals down. You just need to start taking risks to make something happen.
Yeah, literally your only hope right now, Recovery. If they lose this game, they're done. So just go for it, just be aggressive. But right now, they're just struggling to get out of their own half. They have to be able to get the strong clears, send both players up. And at this point, with 25 seconds left, the game is already over. You're not going to score 5 for one every 5 seconds or so is basically what they have to pull off here. SizzleUrCob, we were talking about them as being the favorites. They have the cleanest, most dominant performance of any of the quarterfinals I've seen so far across all of the regions.
Yeah, I was going to say, across all regionals, I think this is definitely the strongest performance. Sizz mentioning that when Jacob and Sizz get into this LAN environment, it's time to get serious, and serious they were. I mean, they played serious, performed serious. What a performance from SizzleUrCob.
Oh, sizzle my cob. I can't believe it.
Oh, geez.
I'm already making it stick. All right, so pretty much the same comments that I had after game 1, right? Like, this was another performance where they didn't let off the gas pedal at all. They made sure that they played a very intelligent brand of Rocket League. They weren't giving their opponents any opportunities. You didn't see any unnecessary flashy stuff just for fun. This was a 5-0 dismantling. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, that was outshot by 13 shots here, 10 from Sizz alone.
Yeah, I mean, we did see Camby have a minor disconnect very quickly, so his stats right here on the scoreboard are not accurate. There were a few more shots, I believe, and definitely more than 85 or 65 points of contribution here, so don't hold that against Camby. That was just a minor technical error. However, we did see SizzleUrCob handily dismantle Recovery. Recovery really just... the first game struggling so much with the positioning and being able to coordinate with each other, who needs to pressure the ball, who needs to go to net, and really overlapping each other a little too much. And this is the biggest difference between the pro teams and the amateur teams, the communication, the ability, and we see that with SizzleUrCob against Recovery.
Well, we've seen some sweeps before, but I don't think we've ever seen a complete shutout here on a regional stage.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. 10-0, I believe, in goals. 5-0, 5-0 between both of those. And as you guys can see, the semifinals are locked in. Fibion versus Chicken's going to be up first, then Set to Destroy X versus SizzleUrCob to determine the last 2 teams that are making it into the grand finals in Santa Ana. And right now, Alex is standing by with one of the teams.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with Jacob and Sizz, your victorious team from that last match, too. Guys, talk to me. It looked like you were having fun. Talk to me about your feelings during that match. Pretty comfortable victory.
Yeah, it was. We went in confident and we played confident.
I'll say it.
Yeah, we prepped our celebrations really well before the game to make sure we knew what we were doing after we scored goals. So we were really happy with the celebrations.
Hey, I was impressed. But I got to say, Jacob, how did it feel to lose that rock, paper, scissors, though, in that moment?
We've been practicing all day, and I don't think I've lost a single one. It was quite the upset.
All right, you got to work on your strategy. But let's focus on this next match here, guys. We got to get serious a little bit because it's Lachinio, it's Halcyon, it's Set to Destroy. Best of 5. They look pretty good. What do you guys think of this team, and what are y'all going to be doing in the meantime while you get ready for this match?
Might practice my freestyling along with like my celebrations. I don't know. It will be a lot closer for sure, but we're going to be confident going in.
Yeah, I don't think we're too worried. It's a best of 5, so it's a different environment, and me and Jacob are more experienced on LAN, so we're just going to like go in with confidence and just hope for the best.
All right, guys, great job in your first match. Best of luck in this next match upcoming and throughout the whole tournament. Jacob, Sizz, good job. Good luck. Back to you guys.
All right, Jacob sporting the super sick NBC Sports guest badge there. I love it. Letting everyone know that he is here to play. All right, guys, that's our bullpen. We're ready for the first semifinal, which is going to be coming up in just a minute. It's Phibion versus Chickens. Don't go anywhere. Universal Open Rocket League action out of the West Regional coming right up.